All right, we are getting ready to do some prepping here. We are going to get our knives out. So we're about to do here is to make some, let me see here, prepare to make our beef shaved steaks. So going to be doing is just prepping to get our stuff outside. And let's get some bowls to get these things ready and prepared. All right. So once again, having things ready with the things you need is usually the best way to get things going. So we've got here, and what I'm going to do is just throw these real quick. It's my dog in there prancing around, and he's and shaking around. Alright, so I'm just going to do a quick wash on our mushrooms. So one of the things we want to do all right, so we do want mushrooms. We want so what I want to do is I don't want these mushrooms being huge, so we're just going to kind of chop these up, and you can buy them thin if you want. Hi babe, my wife's going to kind of help us here. And so we've got that thing out there. It's on full blast, so if you could go turn that down for me, because we're going to do some prepping of veggies, what we want in here first. So just turn it down on low and keep it rolling, keep it hot. Okay, so again, I just want these things here. They're gonna compose down. So I'm just gonna place these probably in this bowl. It's going to be big enough to hold our mushrooms. And so all right. Apologize for the light. I didn't want to set up our other light right now, so just wanted to get this thing rolling first. All right, so anyhow, we're going to do our onion. I splurge, I guess. I don't know if you call it splurge, but huh? Yeah. And I'm always buying the Vidalia onions because that's just what I think tastes best. And I think for the extra buck or so for a bag of these, and even less at times, is worth it, because the taste of the food, just imagine, I mean, you know, just when you're making food, and some things you can pretty much skimp on. You can buy regular brand stuff or whatever, and it really doesn't matter a whole lot. Now, I usually like our onions kind of long sliced, but today I'm going to just cut them in half so we have more. And again, they're going to render down as well, just like the mushrooms. But I'll normally cut them like this. And I've always done this, and I see people on there today when I watch videos, they do it like this. I'm like, oh, I guess I had it right to begin with. Well, whether that's right or not, who's to say? But that's how I was doing things. So, and I believe we're going to be able to fit this whole onion in the smaller bowl, and we'll use the smaller. Okay. All right. And again, I'm going to just cut this in half. Like I said, I used to just kind of run these down. And if you notice, I'm just trying to cut these, and I'll just kind of walk around that arch there. Because the circle, if you always cut towards the center, and you just kind of roll things that way. And then, again, like I said, I've seen them do what I do. Just lay these things down and just cut them that way. And these are fairly notable chefs, I would say. But it makes it easier, I think. And then when it gets hard to cut, I just lay them down and slice them across that way. Alright, so getting these onions ready. Again, prepping usually is the most time that it takes to do a meal, and people are kind of like scared away at prepping because it's a little more intense than just throwing something in the microwave. So again, I kind of seen somebody else cutting these things the other day like this. This kind of way I cut them. I just like, hey, I want to make things simple for myself. So normally, now what they did was just cut these and went that way. Me, I'll just normally take a pointed knife and I'll just kind of cut the ribs out. Once I can see through there, I'll just cut the ribs out. And by cutting the ribs out, I don't know if you can see it, but I just cut the ribs out, and then all of a sudden, I just drop this thing right out of there. So what I'm left with is pretty much a hollow deal, and I can just bang it on there for a couple times to get the seeds out. And I will do that. So anyhow, on this, I don't like wasting these. So what I'll do is, what I'm going to do right now is just kind of run these, and then I'm going to lay these here. I'm just going to cut them as slices. Okay. And I know I'm not going to need a big bowl for that, so what I'll do is another small bowl for these. Okay. Once again, to me, man, you really got to have bell peppers in your steak. So just gonna go here again, and I just don't want to waste these, because whatever I don't use out there, and some people cube these, and I guess we can if you want to mix them into the meat. Eventually it does, unless you want to just put them on your sandwich after they're cooked, which is kind of what I normally do. But I'm just gonna let this thing play out however. I'm just gonna do these like this. Alright, so I don't want to waste all that, so that's why I'm just using the ends. I don't really care if I have uniform edges and all that, because I rather not waste stuff than if otherwise. So anyhow, I'm just taking these ends, and as you can see, I'm cutting this. Again, if they come out stringy or just cubed, I'm okay with that, because I like them either way. I just rather taste them, and if you make them too thin, cube them too thin, then they're kind of like part of the meat, and you don't really get to taste the meat. I'm one that really likes to taste the various elements that are in the dish. I'm not one to, just not one for casseroles, because I think you can not even taste certain things in a casserole once it's been put in there. It kind of defeats the purpose of things you like when you put them in there. But anyhow, that's just me. I'm not trying to make that a standard for anyone. But anyhow, so we're just going to cut some more of these. And I like them a little fairly thin. Now this isn't super thin, but it's thinner than the show I watched the other day on YouTube. The guy was just cutting them like a quarter of an inch. So once again, I want to taste it, but I don't want it to be over dominating in what I'm putting together. Okay, so this here I'm just going to save. Now with these, I could come back and, you know, if you wanted to cut them, and again, like I said, I don't mind if that's the way you like them. You want them more into the meat. Now I'll tell you the difference is if you make them long, then you're going to have less to work with. It'll be more predominant on the steak. If you blend them more, you cut them more, what you're going to end up having really is it's just going to go through the meat. But the bigger they are, the more you're going to need to have, because you're going to spread them on each sandwich. You have to make sure you got enough. So that's kind of the deal there. But I think this is going to be plenty. The kids, Shane, well, I should just say Trenton, doesn't normally like this type of stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is just put this back in a baggie that I have. It's already been used, and I'm going to save that. I don't want to throw it away, because tomorrow if I make some scrambled eggs, guess what? Guess what I'll have? I'll be able to have that piece of bell pepper in it. So, anyhow, we've got our cheese today. Rather than provolone mix with mozzarella, I did not want to take the time to go to the store and get some provolone. We're out of that right now, so I didn't. So on the flip side here, we have, all right, so we got our mushrooms, we've got our Vidalia onions, and we have our bell peppers, green bell peppers. Now what I have here, I usually save this for last because I don't want the board tainting everybody's dish to be super hot, and you never know sometimes what these habanero jalapenos or habanero peppers are going to give you. Sometimes they're not so hot, and sometimes they are super hot. So I'm really not going to discriminate against a whole lot of seeds right here. There doesn't appear to be a whole lot of them in there, but you know, it's small. I still take these little membranes out. Some people probably just do them whole like that and they don't really care, but I just want to take them out. So again, I'm just going to take the majority of the seeds and move them out of there. Okay. And then these, I'm just really going to chop them up pretty fine, because I'll just sprinkle them on my sandwich, or I'll mix it in my meat as I make it for that sandwich. And I'll probably do, that's probably enough for 2. So I'll just, this will be enough for 2. Again, I don't know how hot these are. I'm going to taste it in a minute. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Should I go for the milk? These babies are hot. All right. So I had 2 choices. I could do olive oil, or I could literally do one thing I'm going to do here is, since I'm probably the only one in the house that really likes, or can tolerate, I should say, very hot stuff. It's my wife's new little kitchen mat. Gather, eat, and laugh. We do some of that. All right, so again, I'm just going to use this container here. And I ain't got to worry too much about people actually getting a hold of the hot stuff. Okay. And I'm just gonna that thing has got some heat, I can tell you that. It has some heat. Excuse me. So we're about to go out. We are about to go out. I'm gonna grab some tongs and get this meat ready. So this meat was an amazing price. It was $5 something at Walmart. How much was it? 14 ounces. So I think that's a good get. It's a good deal. So, all right, we're gonna take this stuff out and get ready. Hi, Shane.
Hi, Daddy.
All right, so
Well, I got a secondary gun on me.
I'm still recording. You know, we're doing our dinner thing tonight. All right, so.
Hey, boys, battle stations. Yeah, it's just choosing the choose their coming.
Grab some water here. All right. Gonna grab our butter, our minced garlic, our tongs, and we are going to the flat griddle.
Move in.
Going to the flat griddle here, and we are going to throw the butter on here, and this is already nice and hot. Let me see if I can get okay. So we're gonna get our cheese. We're gonna bring our salt and pepper here. All right. All right, so we have our butter going on here. And one of the things I want to do here, gotta be careful here. I gotta be careful. All right, so I'm gonna do start getting our vegetables caramelized here. All right. So, got those guys rolling. And notice what else I've got going on here. I've got this thing here is not on high. I had to turn these down, which apparently is going to work out good for us. So just kind of spread these out a little bit. And what we're going to do here, I'm going to get this other butter opened up and ready when we do the steaks. So we, again, preparation is key to get some of this stuff rolling. So what I'm going to do is throw some pink Himalayan salt down. All right, that's cooking. We're going to do some black pepper. Notice how those mushrooms have cooked way down. So, again, what we are doing is we're just going to get this stuff. You notice I'm kind of keeping things separated a little bit here, and there's a reason for that, because I want things to cook to a certain area. So I don't want to leave the mushrooms on as long as I leave the bell peppers on, because I'd like to have some left. I had my other spatula in there. I just did not want to dig for it, so that's kind of why I don't have them both. All right, so and again, when we go putting the butter in with this, help render it down. Notice you can tell how done your vegetables are if you have something like this that you can just hit on those, and you can kind of tell what they call it, al dente, different levels. All right, so now the reason I throw my vegetables on here first is because I want those flavors mixed into my meat. Now you can do it either way. Some people will do their meat first because they want the meat cooked into the veggies. To me, I don't think it really matters, whichever your preference is, but I do normally, and I just have to say this, I do normally do the meat first. Some reason I just want to do the veggies first. Alright, so what I'm going to do is kind of move these over here out of the way, and we're going to start preparing for our meat. Alright, so one of the first things I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to run in and we're going to grab our bread. the other thing I want to do here is take our cut our bread. You know what I think I'm going to do here. So, cutting our bread. I do it like that, or I'll just do it like this. Yep. So what I'm going to do is just pocket this bread a bit. Because what I want to do is get the meat in there, and I want the cheese in there. So I'm just going to take some of this out, this away. Again, I'm just going to take this out like this. We're going to throw our bread on here again. All right, so I need to get something to plate this on, and the best thing that I can think of plating that on is literally going to be a cookie sheet. So I'm going to just set this cookie sheet over here, get ready for it. Now, we're also going to get some garlic in there. Now, at this point, I'm going to start adding a little bit of butter here for our meat. And I just want to put these things over here right now. Okay. Hope this thing is showing properly. Not a big way for me to tell. Okay, so all I'm doing really is just getting this crusted just a bit. Alright, so do is just put these back over there. I think they're looking pretty good. And I'll put these over here. Alright. Now we're going to get our butter for our meat. Alright, now this meat is going to cook very quick. So, literally going to be doing some of this for one side of that sandwich. Notice here, just peeling it out so it can get done evenly. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Ah. All right, so throw some more salt on here. And of course some more black pepper. And now start flipping this meat around. Get it done. I know these guys so I literally have a ceramic top there. And the last thing I want to do is break that. So what I'm going to do is come in here and grab our cutting board, because what I want to do with this cutting board is I want to literally chop the meat up on the cutting board. Okay. So let's just do that. Let's go ahead and get our other meat cooking here. So we got that over there. Alright. And what I've done is turned the fire off on the other burner there. So again, you get arthritis, you can't do it as good as you might used to when you were younger, but that's okay. Alright, so back to chopping. Okay. All right. What we're getting ready to do here is throw our we're going to heat these things back up just so we can get a layer of cheese on there. So okay. All right. So at this point, what I want to do is lay our cheese out. Okay. Now, some of these folks will just put their cheese right into the meat. We're not going to do that. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting onions on here, and we're going to start putting peppers on here. Across there, and we're also going to start putting okay. All right. What are we doing now? Getting these laid out here, and then gonna pretty much do a half and half on this meat. Okay, now I told you earlier that on some of this meat here, I'm going to throw some habaneros in here. So this one is going to have a habanero mix. All right. All right. There we have that. We have that. And now okay. So what I've got going on here, we have for the kids some meat here that we're going to be chopping up for them and making their sandwiches. Now, so what are we going to do? We're going to take this in here. We're going to get the oven rolling. And we should have done that earlier, but I'm just going to do a broil. All right. And here, I'm gonna run and grab our other stuff here. We're gonna turn our fires off. We're done with those. We grab our water, our salt, pepper, our other stuff here, and we're gonna run in. Make a preparation here. Get this other meat ready. Sorry about the camera bouncing. This meat ready. Okay. All right. Throw the cheese on there like that. Once again, put this one here. Gonna pile it high, and then cheese on there. Now, I'm gonna take the rest of our cheese. On there. Okay. Okay, Trenton, get ready to eat. We're about ready to eat. All right, so we're gonna just pop that in 4 minutes and see what happens. We'll go from there. Okay. Good taste. Okay, it's just about cleanup time. Putting all this stuff up. Okay, we're just about ready to do some serving. It looks like we didn't eat all those bowls, and that's fine and dandy. So, let's go find Nicole. Table set up, please.
I do that.
Let's go. Let's eat now. All right, a few more minutes on the tops. We shall be eating. Whew, almost ready. So you can see we're around 47 minutes into this thing. So around 50 minutes from start to finish, and on an hour. Getting your stuff prepped and everything. So with all that, I think we're going to have a nice little meal here. It's going to be filling. And so here it is. It's in there. And we're about to pull it out. Let's give you a quick look here. And there you go. That's what we got. So thanks for joining us. And we're about to have some good food. All right.
Please tell me there's one without peppers. Grab the milk. Does one have no peppers?